Hello friends, I'm your host SRK and you're watching Science for Juniors. And here is my assistant Binny, who is eating.
Hello friends. Hi Professor.
How can you open your lunch box now? What are you eating?
It's gajar ka halwa. Actually, it's my favorite. I couldn't stop myself because of its fragrance.
Oh, Binny, you are looking very pretty in this dress today.
Thank you, Professor. It's my new dress.
But it's really sad that you'll not fit into it from tomorrow.
Why?
Gajar ka halwa. It'll make you fat. So you won't be able to wear this dress or look pretty. Fat Binny.
Oh, no.
It's so easy to deal with fools like you.
Huh?
Come, Binny, let's enter the world of science and I'll teach you about emotional changes in adolescence. How many of you have seen your friends starving to lose weight and get a perfect size 0 figure? On the other hand, there may be some who are eating too much of one type of food in the belief that it will boost their muscles. All these are types of irrational behavior exhibited by adolescents due to the hormonal changes in their bodies. In this module on emotional changes in adolescence, we will explore emotional and behavioral changes happening in adolescence, understanding their impact, being aware of other adolescent problems like drug abuse and teenage pregnancy. Let's go back to our opening. Many adolescent teenagers have an unnatural concern about their body weight. Some take diet pills or laxatives to keep from gaining weight. Others stop eating food. Still others induce artificial vomiting to do the same. All these are symptoms of eating disorders. An eating disorder is an obsession with food and weight such that a person can go to any extremes. There are two main eating disorders, anorexia and bulimia. People with anorexia don't want to eat. They take pills and exercise a lot. On the other hand, people with bulimia eat food but then induce puking or vomiting to remove the food from the body. These eating disorders can lead to many stomach, heart, and kidney problems. Food gives us energy for performing various activities and is essential for the human body to function normally. As we grow, the energy requirement also increases. Right kind of nutrition is even more important for adolescents as this is the age of rapid growth and development. So, a balanced diet taken on time is very important. And no junk food at all. Apart from food, there are a few habits that teenagers must ensure for good health. 1. Regular exercises to stay fit and to get fresh air. 2. Getting enough sleep is important because of the changes the body is going through. 3. Taking care of personal hygiene because of increased activity of sweat glands and chances of bacterial infection.
Like a fool, I gave you that box full of gajar ka halwa.
Self-realization. Great!
But all this is very true. I have seen my friends not eating just to look thin.
You are no different, Binny. But you should not forget that this is your growing age and you need to eat properly in order to stay healthy and fit.
I'm fit and look good also. I can understand things better than other kids of my age.
Who would know this better than me.
I do understand all your abrupt coughing also.
Relax, Binny. Let's hit the virtual world again and know more. It'll help your understanding. Teenage is a period characterized by physical, mental, and emotional changes that create doubt, confusion, and insecurity. There is worry about looks, sensitivity to people's opinions, an obsession with sex, and an urge to be independent while yet being ignorant. This may lead to unwanted consequences such as teenage pregnancy and drug usage. Do you know why the legal age of marriage is 18 years for girls? This is because by that age, the female body becomes mentally and physically prepared for motherhood. Teenage pregnancy can lead to major health issues for both the mother and the child. Apart from physical health problems, teenagers are barely ready mentally as they themselves are not yet fully grown up.
Jokes apart, Professor, this was truly a very important session.
I know, Binny. In fact, you kids should be educated in all such areas considering your little exposure to the outside world.
Yes, Professor. You know, for us, any new thing becomes a trend. In the name of fashion, we might end up ruining our health.
Very true, Binny. And it's not only about looks. Sometimes teenagers go even beyond, like drugs.
Yes, Professor. I do have heard of that.
You need to know and take care to avoid certain mishaps. Let's enter the virtual world again to know how drugs affect teenagers. Let us understand another serious issue. Drug use among teenagers is a serious concern. When drugs enter the body, either by swallowing, injecting, or inhaling, they find their way into the bloodstream and are transported to important organs such as the brain. When inside the brain, drugs can intensify, dull, or alter the sense of alertness and pain. Many teenagers use drugs to combat the feelings of anxiety, stress, and confusion that adolescence brings about. In fact, drugs impact teenagers more harmfully than grown-ups. Exposure to drugs at adolescence will retard normal patterns of growth and development of the brain and other body parts. It is seen that drug-using teenagers have smaller brains and are physically smaller in height and weight than others of their age.
I didn't know this! And thank you for imparting this knowledge, Professor.
You are most welcome, but you also have to promise me something.
I'll never get into drugs and dieting. I promise!
Haha, that's right, Binny. You also have to share this information with your friends.
Yes, Professor. This will definitely be a great help to them.
Great! Now let's check out few more pieces of information in our Do You Know section. Do you know that there is no evidence to the fact that eating only fruits in the breakfast has any health benefit?
Really? But why, Professor?
You see, Binny, most fruits are not very rich in complex carbohydrates, which the body needs after an all-night fast. Cereal such as bread is a much better source of carbohydrates in the morning. And do you know, Binny, anemia is widely prevalent in adolescents, especially girls.
Girls?
Yes, to look thinner and prettier, girls usually diet a lot and thus suffer from deficiencies of many important substances. There is one more serious issue which results from lack of proper knowledge about emotional and physical changes in adolescence.
What's that, Professor?
Adolescent pregnancy. It leads to a higher maternal mortality.
Do girls get married at such young age?
Yes, Binny, 50% girls in India are married by 18 years.
Oh, that's sad. Every one of us should try to educate people around us on such serious issues.
It is necessary to retain all that we have learned, so let's have a quick recap. In this module, we have learnt the impact of mental and emotional stress during adolescence, eating disorders and importance of balanced diet, personal hygiene, suitable exercise and proper rest, effects of drugs on growth, issues related to teenage pregnancy. That's all for the day, Binny. See you guys later in another episode of Science for Juniors. Till then, take care.